Hello, I'm Bea Cupin. Welcome to Rappler. Joining us today is businessman Antonio Chu, who finds himself in the center of the biggest corruption scandal to involve Vice President Judge Binay so far. Good day, sir. Sir, people are curious. At such a young age, you are now a billionaire. So could you just take us through how you amassed your wealth or how you grew your company?
Well, this is basically hard work, and of course, there's some destiny within it, and I have to work double, if not triple, the efforts of others because I have no rich dad, no famous dad to back me up. Mm-hmm. And over the 20 years of hard work, I believe I have achieved more than what the normal peer can achieve. Mm-hmm. The real break is when I can prove my worth and take the company public. That's how I was able to attract the investor to come in and have the ability to expand further.
Mm-hmm. So how would you describe your work ethic?
Well, basically, it's more about integrity and hard work.
Mm-hmm. So, sir, could you give us a timeline? You graduated from college in
1996 September.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1996 to now, that's around 20 years.
18 years.
18 years, yeah. How many companies estimate do you own, sir?
I started with one company, and
Mm-hmm.
that is the company that is listed right now, AgriNurture. It was called Mabuhay 2000 yes. Enterprises then.
Okay.
And for the first 10 years, I believe there's only one or two companies that I'm managing. But for the last few years, we have been aggressively growing by merger and acquisition, mm-hmm. and also setting up of foreign subsidiaries. Mm-hmm. So right now, I believe there's about 30 something companies in our portfolio.
Mm-hmm. 30.
More than 30.
Ballpark figure. If you could pinpoint a year where your company finally made it, what year would that be?
There's no such thing as a year when that's a year that everything goes well. But mm-hmm. I believe there's milestones in the life of AgriNurture and myself. Okay. The first crisis that came is really SARS, 2003. Okay. And that's the year when nobody goes out to dine and you don't know where to sell your mango.
Right.
But I have persisted, and after SARS is over, we became the country's #1 mango exporter. Mm-hmm. There's also another breakthrough year when after more than 10 years of promoting the coconut water in the export market, finally the Hollywood stars popularized the coconut water. Right. And we had a major breakthrough in terms mm-hmm. of bringing the coconut water to the mainstream market. Mm-hmm. The other crisis was the Iran sanction mm-hmm. by the US government, mm-hmm. which gave us the opportunity to channel the excess banana supply to China. Okay. And which made us a major banana player right now. Okay. On the financial side, what forced me to become big was Lehman Brothers crisis, 2008. And before the Lehman Brothers crisis, there are underwriters trying to prepare my company for an initial public offering. Mm-hmm. But because of the Lehman Brothers crisis, they sort of said no. Okay. And at that time, we were really desperate for additional capital. So I opted to list by way of introduction. Okay. We were successfully listed May 25, 2009. That's the most memorable day in the business career. Okay. We became part of the major league, and a few months later, we started attracting foreign funds. Okay. That gave us all the necessary capital to continue the growth.
Mm-hmm. So 18 years from a college graduate to where you are now, what would be your business secret, sir?
Never give up. Okay. And never say never.
Been reported in media a lot, and you also said it in the Senate, but you lost your father at a very young age. So is this true?
That's actually an accurate statement. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. At that time, the situation is my father died at the same time the business has to be liquidated because of a fire accident.
Okay.
So if my mother did not make the right choice to assume the liability on the personal side because she believed that reputation means more than anything else, we do not have to start our life with negative net worth.
Okay.
But that's the best decision that she made for us.
Mm-hmm.
At least at this stage, I have all the clean start,
Mm-hmm.
and without the reputational burden. So for the family, reputation means everything.
Right.
Reputation means more than life.
Sir, how old were you when your father passed away?
19.
You were 19. How did that affect you as a young man?
Well, it's more, the first thing that really pop up is about financial security.
Okay.
And the next is really about how to achieve things that I want to achieve in the shortest period of time.
Mm-hmm. How big an influence was your father? Kasi parang this is kind of, parang in your life, sir, medyo turning point siya. I'm guessing. Would it be accurate to say that?
Yeah, it is a turning point. Before my father died, we were not really that wealthy, but we can call ourselves middle class.
Yeah.
Everything we need is amply supplied.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there is no pressure to excel.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the sudden death,
Mm-hmm.
the financial burden of the family now is on my shoulder. Then all of a sudden, I have to be able to take the responsibility.
Mm-hmm. What kind of influence was your father in your life?
Well, I believe my father was a good role model, but in every chapter of your life, you have a new master, you have a new teacher. So he has done his job of establishing a good foundation in my life.
Mm-hmm. Key influencers, sir. Nabanggit mo na rin. Who else are the key influencers in your life, you think?
There are a lot of key influencers. You would not believe it, but sometimes I do recognize the enemies as the key influencers because they were the one that forced me to excel and perform better.
So who's a key influencer now, sir, in your life?
Definitely not the senators.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, kasi people know you now as this billionaire, who built his companies. Pero when you were much younger, how would you describe your childhood?
Well, it's a happy childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Childhood without pressure.
Okay.
Childhood with good memories.
You mentioned earlier that reputation is the most important thing in your family. Now, the controversy that you're involved in now, how is it affecting your business and how is it affecting your family as well?
Well, it's really a big mess at this stage.
Okay.
I think everybody in the family is so affected emotionally,
Okay.
including my extended family, which is the colleagues in the company,
Okay.
including the stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
You have not traveled with me to the countryside. You don't know how much the farmers love me.
Okay.
So they cannot take how these senators are trying to create all this unnecessary trouble for us.
In the past, you were known as a businessman, but now you're being labeled as, a Binay dummy. So who really is Antonio Chu, the businessman?
Well, it's part of life's continuous learning process, and the best thing I can do right now is to face this challenge bravely.
Mm-hmm.
I guess no words can really explain no words can really express how I feel right now in terms of the frustration against this political mess that is thrown to me unnecessarily. But I just have to keep on doing what I have to do. I just have to keep on carrying out the mission that God wants me to deliver.
Okay, sir. Of all the industries you could have entered and invested in, why agriculture?
First, it's really destiny. After the graduation, when we decided to get into this business of selling Taiwanese equipment,
Okay.
bulk of those things that we sell is really the post-harvest facilities, which allow me to have the interaction with the farmers.
Okay.
So when you travel around, you will really see the need for somebody to take the responsibility to do something.
Okay.
Other than just the business responsibility, I guess there's a lot of business opportunity as well in terms of getting into the agri industry. I believe my mission is to make agriculture sexy, make agriculture profitable, and then uplift the life of the farmers. So this is something that I always tell people, that there's always that thing that touch your heart.
Okay.
And for me, I think it's really agriculture.
Sir, that's the passionate side of business. Nabanggit nyo nga po kanina, politics and business. Is this the first time you've encountered, politics in what you do?
Well, I have been closely associated with a lot of politically exposed personalities. But
Such as whom, sir?
all the agricultural secretaries, all the former presidents, all the a lot of these cabinet secretaries, lawmakers. But one thing that I want to ensure is I do not want to get myself involved in any controversies or anomalies of the government.
Okay.
So I can tell you that you will not be able to find anything about myself or the company involved in any bidding or government contracts so far.
How would you describe your relationship with Senator Antonio Trillanes IV?
When he was delivering the speech, I believe he's also telling the truth,
Okay.
and that's a good compliment on his speech about me. But lately, I guess the real thing is when a person's greed and hunger for power is overpowering, overshadowing the real thing. Well, things change.
Would you describe your relationship with him as close?
Not. I don't know how you want to how you want to measure closeness.
Okay.
I guess he's a good friend,
Okay.
not a close friend.
Okay. But how did you come to know him, sir?
Well, it's because of the network of people in the business community and the UP community.
Sir, he told reporters when we toured the farm last week, he felt betrayed daw kasi he spoke during the launch and then suddenly he finds out na you're a dummy of the vice president. How do you feel with what he's doing now?
I think it's the reverse.
Okay. He betrayed you?
Well, I would not want to say that he betrayed me because I didn't ask him to keep anything. But basically, what I feel is I'm just part of his. I'm just a small collateral damage in his master plan for his own political ambition.
Have you spoken to the senator, sir? In the recent months, it's the probe started August. In between August and now, have you ever spoken to him outside of the session, sir? Outside of the hearing, sir? Ha?
In the farm.
In the farm. Oh, last time.
Yeah.
How was that meeting like? What was that meeting like?
You saw everything.
Well, you were cordial naman. But sir, before that ocular, and in between the speech that he delivered in your farm, did you speak to him? Did he try to speak to you?
Well, I did reveal in the public that he did send emissary to convince me to do things that is against my will.
Okay.
And he did confirm in his interviews that that's his way of showing concern to a business friend.
How about your so-called ties with the Binay family? Abigail Binay, for example.
I would call it a professional acquaintance
Okay.
because she is a law law firm partner of Martin.
Okay. How about the vice president, sir?
Vice President, I can really swear that I only met him 3 times in my entire life.
Okay.
So I don't know how you would categorize that.
Right.
Maybe casual acquaintance or just acquaintance.
When you purchased the 145-hectare property in Batangas, did you see this controversy coming?
No, if I see this coming, I would not be nobody in a rightful mind would get himself into this kind of a trouble if you can foresee this coming.
Senator Trillanes has said before that purchasing the Batangas property doesn't make business sense. What do you say to that?
Well, that's why he's not a businessman. He's a senator, and I'm the businessman, because I can spot business opportunities and he cannot.
Okay. What makes the property so alluring, ba, sir? Just so people can understand also.
Well, in a piece of farm, this is not the first agri property I acquire or I manage, and in fact, it's not the biggest. It's one of the smallest.
Okay.
The agricultural practice is to earn from the harvest.
Okay.
But this property, other than earning from the harvest, we can expect some tourism income and potentially appreciation of the property, the value of the property, if we are able to convert the use of land from agricultural usage to tourism purpose.
Okay. So that's something that the senators don't understand, or
They cannot understand how I can come up with a deal like this.
okay. Sir, sige.
Low down payment, installment.
Okay.
Technically, I can make a lot of money from the produce and the income, and then later on, I can use the proceeds to pay for my remaining balance.
Sir, ano po ba yung term, ano ba yung deal natin sa farm na yun? We paid 11 million already.
Yeah.
And then out of 446, right?
Yes.
What's the how long?
Well, there's a big payment end of the year. There's another payment middle part of next year, end of next year, middle of the 2016, end of 2016, subject to terms and conditions stated in the agreement for them to give them time to deliver the title in the appropriate way to Sancham.
What are our future plans for the property in Rosario, Batangas?
You know, with all these controversies, this will become the most popular destination in the next few months. So, to be honest with you, the entire schedules, if I want to open up, is already fully booked for all those wedding pictorials and gatherings.
So people are booking.
Yeah.
Dahil po ba dun sa ocular ng media kaya nakita nila yung loob ng...
Maybe. So there's always two sides of the coin.
Right.
So who knows? I may make a lot of money out of this controversy.
You might emerge victorious. Pero what other plans are? So, diba, we plan on it's gonna be like a park, right? It's a park for people.
It's an agri-tourism park.
Okay.
Actually, I cannot reveal to you the master plan because I'm bound by disclosure rules.
Okay.
There's a bigger master picture that I'm trying to launch, where I'm going to involve city folks to get into farming and owning property, and at the same time creating this into a tourism destination.
So is this a centerpiece of our business? No naman.
No, this is not. This is just one of the new innovation that I'm trying to create.
Okay, but the way that you're selling it to me now, sir, parang it's something that you look forward to rin, to developing this.
Yes, I think there's no turning back.
Okay.
As I've shared with you my philosophy, never give up and never say never.
Right. Even despite this, you don't think na...
Well, I don't think this is the right time to give up.
Right. Do you have any plans of slowing down?
The concept of slowing down is not to get into more distractions.
Okay.
Maybe instead of working 16 hours, I may have to reduce to 12. Instead of working 7 days, maybe I have to reduce to 6.
Okay.
So that's my concept of slowing down.
Still not slow for most people. So.
Yeah, but for me, if I can achieve that now, that's already a good transition, which my family will welcome.
On Thursday, you'll be facing the Senate again. Now, just to recap the controversies or the points that they raised against, point by point, from the last hearing, sir?
Well, I have already explained myself clearly. There's no basis to cast any doubt on the British Virgin Island companies because the identity of the owner is disclosed.
Okay.
That's first. Second is not all British Virgin Island companies are made to do illegal things. There's no everything we transact is above board, is disclosed,
Okay.
is properly documented.
Okay.
And then lastly, the transaction involving the British Virgin Island company and the holding company is really a very, very small fraction.
Okay.
As in, it's not significant at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, yung ano naman po, another thing that they raised were the board members of your companies with links to the Binay supposedly through Attorney Subido.
It's really more Attorney Martin Subido.
All right.
Because 9 out of the 10 companies I have, he's my corporate secretary director. And occasionally there are one or few of the companies where I assign the other lawyers to be additional nominee to the board for purpose of convenience.
Okay.
This is a standard business practice anyway.
Okay. Sir, a TV station reported earlier also, a Binay daw is managing your, okay. What is that laugh about, sir? What?
Well, I think this is already like witch hunting, and it's not just because of the surname, right?
Okay.
I did hire a guy called Jason Suarez.
Okay.
It's only now that I know that his middle name is Binay.
Okay.
But I believe there's nothing to hide, and the more you react to this, the more you think that, do I really have to go down to that level to answer these kinds of questions?
But sir, they throw it, so of course media has to get your side as well. I mean, just to be fair as well.
It's just sometimes a little bit frustrated.
Taxing.
I don't know how to describe this anymore, but on my end, I just want to answer whatever they want to ask, and then just put a closure to this.
Sir, another one of your board members, or with links to your companies, John Aloysius Bernas.
Yeah.
Ano naman po yung link?
Well, John Aloysius Bernas is the son-in-law of the former president.
Yes.
And as you know, the vice president and the former president they're not in good terms.
Okay.
So try to connect the dots. How can I be a dummy, and then how can I appoint the enemy of? If I'm the dummy, how can I possibly appoint the son-in-law of a former president to be a director?
Right.
Well, he's just a professional hired manager.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's well, normally if you appoint someone to be a president of the company, you have to. It's automatic. The president has to be one of the board of the director.
Okay.
So you have to assign one share,
Okay.
one nominal share to qualify him as a director. This is a standard SEC practice.
So that was a professional decision, not a personal decision.
Not a personal decision. These are all professional decisions. I'm just very surprised that the senators, being lawyers themselves, didn't probably do their homework in terms of the Security and Exchange Commission law.
You will be summoned. You were subpoenaed to the last hearing, but Senator Trillanes says it will take at least 5 hearings for this investigation to wrap up. Do you feel persecuted by the senators?
Well, I would take this as a harassment, but I guess if I can answer everything they want to ask, and if there's anything that they want, I'm very happy and very willing to participate and provide information that will be helpful.
So for the record, sir, as long as you're subpoenaed, you will go. You won't be questioning why they keep on
Otherwise, I give them the elbow room to file obstruction of justice.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Pagod na po, enough na po yung civil suit natin against Senator Trillanes for now.
Well, I'm not going to file cases just because I want to file cases.
Right,
But
right.
it's really an example that I want to show the people that nobody is above the law,
Okay.
and the proper way to challenge someone's decision is you at the proper venue, using due process, which is the court, and not really using Senate hearing as a tool
Right.
to harass people.
Right. You think, sir, you're also being persecuted at this point?
Of course. Put yourself in my shoes.
I would rather not. Thank you for your time, sir. That was businessman Antonio Chu. This is Bea Cupin, and thank you for joining us on Rappler.